Yo, what's up guys, it's your boy Rythmn. Since you guys love the series so much, today's video is going to be episode 4 of the How to PvP as Subtlety Rogue. In this video, you guys requested that I show some 3v3 footage, so I figured I might as well deliver. This is a prime example of how much I actually pay attention to the suggestions and comments of my videos, so don't be afraid to ever leave some feedback, it's all appreciated. If you have no clue what I'm talking about, basically I'm going to be doing 3 different things in this video. I'm going to slow down the footage, pause at certain moments, and straight up explain my intentions as well as highlight key moments. Now, one thing to remember in a 3v3 scenario, especially when you're playing with a Frost Mage, is that you don't always need to be the one in charge with CC. If you're playing with a Frost Mage, let him control most of the CC with polys and silences on top of your sap, blind, and stuns. Mixing all of your CCs together perfectly can create one deadly ass combo. Anyhow, don't want to keep you guys waiting, so as always, make sure you hit that thumbs up button if you enjoy the series and you guys want to see some more. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!
Start man.
Alright, I'm gonna sap. Now, go ahead.
Poppy on here.
Sorry?
Here.
You calling?
My controller.
Nice. Alright guys, so on this first clip, I know it's a really short match, but I wanted to showcase the perfect example of you not having to worry about CC. What I mean by this is that in this match, I absolutely did 0 CC to the other team before we made a kill. Instead, my priest and mage had everything handled, and I was sort of like backup in case something went wrong. I could have potentially threw my kidney shot on the ret, but honestly, it's a little bit better to save it for just in case anything goes sour with. So in this clip, we are facing Monk, Ret, and Frost DK. Now off the bat, Rets are pretty squishy, but they have bubble, so it's not always the best target, especially when they have a very squishy Frost DK on their team. So our strat is to CC the Monk while killing the Frost DK. As always, I go for the initial sap that I get off on the Monk and cheap shot the DK. One better thing to do in this situation is to actually even cheap shot the Ret as well, so that way you have the whole team controlled for your opener. I throw up an immediate 5 combo point Nightblade on the DK and then begin to eviscerate spam. Now keep in mind, the whole time I'm watching the Monk in case he trinkets or I notice that one of my teammates can't get their CC. Now in this case, Odwin lands a poly on the Monk, but breaks it accidentally by his Frost Nova, so Mario comes in at a perfect time and fears the Monk. Now in this situation, the Monk actually Will of the Forsakens the fear, putting his trinket on a 30-second cooldown, so Odwin puts a perfectly timed poly right back on him. At this point, Mario immediately begins his mind control cast since we have so much pressure, and we end up CCing the Monk perfectly without me having to interfere once. So in this scenario, it looks like I've done absolutely nothing except DPS, which is actually fine. This is what you'd call a perfect opener, something that doesn't happen very often. Now of course my opponents were not the best because they could have easily bop or peeled, but this gives you a general idea of a good opener with RMP. Oh, don't touch me, Kimmy. Okay. Get in the sap. Now, go, go, go. I'm gonna get a full kidney on the pally.
What here?
Full poly, full poly.
Point out.
Wait, they're not a mage. How do I do poly?
I Picture. Oh, yeah. Hey, wait for that.
If I don't block.
I'm gonna get a full kidney on Ret right now.
I can,
He trinketed, I'm blinding Ret.
Nice.
I can sap off that too, by the way.
I can point you.
Cheap shot on the DK.
Oh, you go.
There.
Is it alright?
There's the bubble.
Is it?
Gonna MC the power. Alright, red sauce, you guys. Remember that.
You can check Nikolai.
Get another kidney on the ret in just a second. Now.
We play that? We play that?
Empty one. One empty. I got
All right, doing a full cheap shot on the DK now.
Yeah. One.
You wanna switch to ret?
Hodge.
That's a boy?
I'm gonna go ret for a second.
Okay, okay.
A lot of damage on ret. Oh fuck! We almost got him.
Mug on me.
Play again? I'm ready? We're okay?
I'm just gonna play on the.
Play again? I can play here. Play here?
Okay, full kidney on ret. I mean on DK.
Alright, fine, go in.
Fuck, I'm out of fucking shadow dances. So bad. Oh, I get a lot of damage. Sheeps on ret.
Yeah.
Oh fucking wow.
Doing it.
Play again. No. Can you spot? You spot up?
I'm feared.
Fine. Got it.
Yes. I can play in 2 seconds. If I can live on. Just spinning volley. I'm reading? I can't do that. Can you hear me? He's reading. Reading it. I'm calling again.
Getting a full kidney on DK right now.
I'm actually gonna pull it red. I'm just trying to live.
Yeah, go ahead.
Putting it on myself.
I'm doing damage.
Okay. Catching volley. Big damage.
That's probably not triggering it.
He's full stun.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so this clip is actually a pretty long fight, as you just saw, so I won't be going over every single detail, but I'll show you guys what my thoughts were and what my plan was the entire fight. So in this match, we are fighting another Ret Pally, Frost DK, Mistweaver Monk. Now this fight, if I remember correctly, was in the 2K MMR, so these guys were a bit better than the previous ones, obviously. So same strat, off the bat I get the sap on the Monk and we open on the Frost DK. Now from the corner of my eye, I can see the Ret Pally trying to off heal, so I decide to throw a full 5-point kidney shot his way. Now paladins have this artifact weapon thingy where they can get out of a CC if they use it or something like that. So in this scenario he does that, so my next instinct is to CC him somehow so he doesn't blow up my mage. Now one thing that a lot of Subtlety Rogues forget that they have is a slow that you can put on people with Nightblade. In this scenario, I run over to the paladin and I toss a Nightblade on him to control his speed while still DPSing the DK using focus macros. I also throw a cheap shot his way just to control him a little bit more. Now at this point, I'm just trying to provide consistent damage while keeping slows and stuns on both DPS, because if I give them any chance to train my mage, he'll die very quickly. So remember, as a Subtlety Rogue, you are a beast at controlling the match. Now throughout the whole match, I'm consistently putting up my slows as well as throwing kidney shots on the off target, and even a blind as you see on the paladin trinket. Always remember to communicate your CCs and stuns so your mage knows when to capitalize on his damage openings. So at this point, I can clearly see the DK is soaking up our damage, and I notice how vulnerable the red is due to losing his trinket earlier in the game. So I immediately call a swap and we almost global him, but his auto bubble goes off. So we decide to stay on the ret this late in the match. So basically I just switch up my CCs to the DK and I DPS the ret. So now we're basically looking for an opening to fully poly the monk and cheap shot spam the ret to win the game. So once again, I get the ret to blow his trinket using a cheap shot, so now he has no bubble, no trinket, and no bop. At this point, we're just waiting for DRs to fall off and lock down the ret, which you see happens at the very end. Oh, going shaman?
Okay, okay.
I couldn't get the sap, by the way.
Catch the blood. Keep going, keep going. Take damage, right?
There's Link.
I got Grace.
Counter strike's up, counter strike, counter strike.
Yeah, yeah. Strange Holy World. Oh my god, I get this.
I vanished, I vanished.
Real block on with it. Damn, dude. Real Holy, yeah, dude.
I'm blinding Demon Hunter, blinding Demon Hunter. I can sap off that.
Okay, good. I think they're ready.
You wanna go shaman? Full Kineo shaman?
Who's ready? Who's ready?
I'm feared.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, I'm feared across the map.
Yeah, I can't stop.
Hold it, hold it,
I can go hard on shaman right now.
Who's ready?
Yeah, no, that's not right.
Okay. Hold it, minute.
Alright guys, so for the last clip, I wanted to show a decently strong comp right now, which is Demon Hunter, Demonology Warlock, Resto Shaman. Now if you look closely, I'm actually playing against my Demon Hunter buddy Smurfy, who I did How to PvP as Subtlety Rogue 1 video with. It was pretty funny queuing into his actual 3s team, but it was a good fight nonetheless. So Demonology Warlocks are horrible targets to kill first, since they have that Fell Guard and the white circle they stand in, which does insane amounts of damage if you stay in it. So the best choices here are either Demon Hunter or the Resto Shaman himself. In this situation, we decide to go for the Resto Shaman because this is an easy map to control him if we want to. So right off the bat, I try and get a sap off Smurfy, but he pulls me in combat, so I have to revert to cheap shotting the Resto Shaman. Now Odwin does a really good job at this point of using his Frost Nova to get the whole team stuck, so we have a huge opener on the Resto Shaman, which forces him to use Spirit Link, a major cooldown that could have saved his life later on. Now playing RMP, you have to realize that you are a huge opener momentum type team, so after you initially blow up someone, you usually want to back off and kind of reset DRs before you go in again. In this situation, we made that mistake of staying in and our whole team almost gets cleaved down instantly. We are now in a horrible position and we could potentially lose at any second. Now if you look closely as well, the Shaman also puts down a Counter-Strike totem in the white circle. Now in this situation, don't ever walk into that white circle. Instead, I should have thrown my shuriken at the totem and killed it from range. So Odwin and I make one last desperate attempt to fully kidney shot the Shaman, since we know he's running Relentless, which means no trinket. Now the only thing Relentless means is that we have to change up our CC a little bit and cheap shot a little bit earlier than usual. Thankfully we managed to get the kill here, or else I think it would have probably turned really ugly for us at the end.